Hello, I'm Coach Natalie, and welcome to this episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies. Well, we've been doing this series for a year and a half, and it's been brought to my attention that we've never actually covered the collar sleeve guard. Now, that's actually kind of a trick statement because we've actually covered the movements of the collar sleeve guard ever since episode 1, but we've never actually focused on that. Calling it that. So today we're going to be covering the collar sleeve guard, and we're going to review 3 of the positions that we can get out of that position. That would be the scissor sweep, a triangle, and an omaplata. And we'll talk a little bit more about the details of those 3 positions at the end of this video. So let's check it out. You are going to do the collar sleeve guard when your partner is on their knees. Now, you need to fulfill 3 conditions to do the collar sleeve guard. And first is to grab their collar. Now, you want to grab their lapel with your strong hand. Now, I'm actually left-handed, so it would make most sense to grab their lapel with my left hand. But I recognize most people watching this series are probably right-handed. So we are going to be grabbing the lapel with my right hand. Next, apropos to the name, we're going to be securing the sleeve. Now, we can be doing this with a cuff grip, with a pistol grip. I kind of like the pistol grip. The last thing is you, in general, are going to be putting your foot on your partner's hip bone. Now, if this is a real person, they want to try to get rid of as much space between them and you as possible. They may be trying to smash you, that kind of thing. As a person on the bottom, I'm trying to create as much space so I can escape. So by putting my foot on their hip, it allows me to create some of that space. So, for the scissor sweep, grabbing onto their collar, grabbing onto their sleeve, I'm going to be turning entirely to my left. I'm going to insert my top leg with my foot poking underneath their left underarm. My left foot, which was on their hip, is now going to be onto the floor. So in a couple of steps simultaneously, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to pull my dummy towards me. That if they were sitting on their haunches, they would have great base, we call, center of gravity. I want to pull them off their base, so by pulling them forward, it eliminates that stability. Second, my left foot is going to be sweeping along the floor to the right, while the right leg, the top leg here, is going to be moving towards the left. Kind of like the blades of a scissor. It's going to look like this. Pull them towards me, sweep, and you're going to end in the mount. The next position, which we've covered several times, is a triangle, basic triangle. Again, your partner is going to be on their hands and on their knees. Again, you're going to be grabbing their collar if you're right-handed. You're going to grab their lapel. Also going to be securing this hand. Also have my foot on their hip. Now, my right leg, I need to isolate this arm here. So what I'm going to do is pummel my leg over their shoulder so my leg ends behind the back of their neck. Like this. The left foot gets onto the floor, allows me to pivot, locking down my ankle. And at this point I can let go of this hand. As you may remember from episode 35, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to pinch my knees together and then bring my dummy towards me. lastly, we're going to do the omoplata. Now, the omoplata and the triangle are actually very similar. We do a triangle when the person is located, you know, straight in front of us. If they are actually falling off to one side, that would be better for an omoplata. Again, our partner is on their knees. We'll start off again. Again, grab the collar, secure the sleeve. In this case, my foot is on their hip. Now, instead of my partner being in front of me, let's assume they're off to one side. So, I'm going to get to my side. I'm actually going to put my leg behind their elbow. I'm going to get to my hand and triangle my legs. Now, securing this hand, I want to move my hips out. I want to grab their belt, pivot my legs off to one side, and still trapping this arm, slowly, slowly, slowly rise up until you get the tap. Now, you don't have to worry about being, you know, too rough when you're doing the scissor sweep. And you don't even have to worry about being too rough when you're doing the triangle. But when you're doing the omoplata and you're basically applying a, you know, joint lock with your legs, you want to remember, do it super slowly so, you know, it gives your human partner time to tap out. Now, if you'd like to learn more as a refresher of the details, remember, you can look at episode 1. We covered the scissor sweep. You can look at episode 35, where we covered one of the triangles. And if you'd like to learn more about the omoplata, remember, episode 26, we covered that fine move there. Well, we have now covered the collar and the sleeve guard. Thanks again for following this series. Thanks again for, you know, sharing the love, and, you know, appreciate, you know, you sharing news of our series with people who might not already know about Jiu Jitsu. And thank you again for joining me for this episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies.